There is a moment you have lived 1,000 times, replaying a single sentence you said 3 days ago, wondering why it still won't let you go. You did not choose to think about it. It simply arrived, uninvited. And insight number 2, the one Marcus Aurelius wrote about from inside a war tent, explains why your mind does this at 2 a.m. specifically. Stay until we get there. Here is the first truth most people miss. You are not replaying the conversation. You are replaying your fear of how you looked while having it. You said something small, a joke that landed wrong, a pause that felt too long, a sentence that the moment it left your mouth, you wished you could pull back into your throat. And now it lives in you, not loudly, quietly. It returns while you are brushing your teeth. It returns while you are trying to sleep. You rewrite the conversation 100 different ways, searching for the version where you said it better, where they did not notice, where you were someone calmer, someone sharper. And if this has ever happened to you, you are not overthinking because you are weak. You have just discovered a truth that Marcus Aurelius understood while ruling an empire under constant threat, and it is uncomfortable. Marcus Aurelius was not a man with the luxury of free time to spiral. He was a Roman emperor, writing his private thoughts by candlelight between wars, plagues, and betrayals from men he trusted. And what he understood about the mind was this: the mind does not suffer from the event, it suffers from the story it keeps telling about the event. He called this the difference between what happens to you and the judgment you silently attach to it. Modern psychology has since confirmed exactly this. The brain cannot tell the difference between a real threat and an imagined one. It reacts to both the same way. Your brain does something fascinating here. When you replay a conversation, you are not reliving it. You are running a simulation, searching for the version where you stayed in control. This is why the moment never fully fades, because the simulation never resolves. There is no ending, just another loop. Remember what I said about point 2. We're almost there. It is not about what you said. It is about your mind's refusal to let the moment end without your approval. 1. The simulation has no exit. Your mind keeps replaying the conversation because it is searching for a version of the ending it can finally accept. Marcus Aurelius called this chasing what is not in your control, and a mind chasing the uncontrollable never rests. It does not stop. It does not relax. It simply waits for the next moment to replay. 2. The 2 a.m. pattern. This is the one I promised you. Your mind does its replaying at night for a precise reason. During the day, your attention is occupied. At night, the noise stops, and the unresolved simulation finally has room to run. Marcus Aurelius wrote his most honest reflections at night, alone, for the same reason. Not anger, not despair, just the mind, finally unguarded. 3. You are grading a performance no one else remembers. The person you spoke to has likely already forgotten the exact words. Their mind moved on within minutes. Yours did not. Psychologically, this is called the spotlight effect. You believe you are being watched and judged far more than you actually are. You are not being judged. You are simply the only audience member still in the theater. Hold that thought. We are not finished.
The thought doesn't end here. It deepens. 4. The judgment is the wound, not the moment. Marcus Aurelius's clearest teaching was this: nothing outside your mind can disturb you. Only your judgment about it can. The conversation ended in seconds. Your judgment about the conversation has lived in you for days. That is not memory. That is self-inflicted weight. 5. The practice of letting the simulation close. The strongest people are not the ones who never replay moments. They are the ones who learn to name the loop and close it deliberately. Not by forcing the thought away, by recognizing it for what it is, a simulation, not a verdict. There was a man who once spent an entire week replaying a single comment he made in a meeting. He rehearsed apologies he never gave. He drafted messages he never sent. And then, on a quiet evening, he asked himself one simple question. Would Marcus Aurelius, ruling an empire during plague and war, have given this moment even 60 seconds of his attention? And then something became clear. The moment had already ended. Only his mind had kept it alive. That was the moment everything changed. Not because the discomfort vanished instantly, but because he finally saw the loop for what it was. So what do you actually do with all of this? Here is what I call the closing practice. Name the loop. The moment you notice yourself replaying something, say silently, "This is a simulation, not a verdict." Naming it interrupts the automatic spiral. Return the judgment. Ask yourself, is this the event, or is this my judgment about the event? Marcus Aurelius separated the two on purpose because only one of them is in your control. Close with a question, not an answer. You do not need a better version of the conversation. You need to ask, what would I do differently next time? Then let the rest go. Not perfection, awareness. Not control, release. Stop replaying what already ended. Your mind is not a courtroom. But there is one more thing, the lesson beneath all the other lessons. If you want to move beyond simply understanding this, if you want to actually live differently because of it, then here is what Marcus Aurelius considered the highest form of strength: the willingness to let a moment end exactly where it ended, without needing it to mean more than it did. You are not overthinking because something is wrong with you. You are simply someone whose mind refuses to leave things unfinished. And that same mind, once redirected, becomes your greatest strength. You do not need to win the conversation that already ended. You only need to let it end. As Marcus Aurelius might have said, your mission is not to replay what is already gone. Your mission is to become fully present to what is actually in front of you. And that will always disturb those who never dared to try. Remember this, my friends. The conversation ended the moment it ended. Only your judgment kept it alive. The closing practice is not a set of rules. It is a way of seeing. Clearly, finally, without apology. Close the loop. Reclaim the night. Because one day you will look back on this moment and you will understand that the only person still in that theater was you. And that is when everything changes. Of the 5 truths we talked about today, one of them has likely already played out in your mind this week. Tell me in the comments, which one was it, and what moment are you still replaying? If you want more videos on human psychology, the philosophy of Marcus Aurelius, personal power, and the hidden dynamics that shape every relationship, subscribe to Ancient Soul Philosophy. Because understanding the human soul means taking back control of your life.